Hello there, welcome back, and today I will be reviewing Companiverse Onslaught. Leave a like, subscribe and comment some bullshit I don't know. Onslaught here comes with marvelous story details, which I again much prefer to the cartoon design. Hotspots mode fits Onslaught so much better, and Onslaught even has less kibble on him. Well, the backpack is indeed bigger than the torso, but at least it doesn't go all the way down to the floor. Though I must say I wish it had a waist through. The shin rolls being on the inside just irks me, and there is plenty of space for one. And I really dislike how hollow his back is. Like, I get it, 2015 and all that. But this is insane levels of cheaping out. As for the scale, well, he really doesn't fit the cartoon. But for the toy scale, a bigger torso bot is definitely spot on. For articulation you get finally a bolt-on head. What fucking took him so long? A ratcheted shoulder throw with the rest of the 90 degrees auto joint, but you can either bend his elbow slightly or hinge this piece to get the full out. And you can use the transformation hinge in the torso to act as wide shoulder joint, which lets you move the arm all the way up. Biceps throw, elbow bend with a secondary elbow above the biceps throw, which granted is more of a transformation hinge, but you can use it to either have double jointed elbows or forearm throw, though you can't use both at the same time. So I don't know what to count it as. Hips are ratcheted in both joints. Thigh throws, a full knee bend, a kind of a toe joint. It is there, I'm just unsure about how useful it could be. 19 points in total. I ended up counting his weird ass elbows as if you can use all of it. For accessories you get water cannons, because hotspot repaint. It would have been neat if they at least give you a second set of these, so you can have both the backpack cannons and handguns. But alas, you have to choose. And this time, despite it being much easier to go into the combined form from the robot mode, we'll be taking a look at his truck mode first. And I don't know, the tiny windshield is funny and all, but I wish it was a fully realized cap. The back section just doesn't exist. Bruticus' head is even more poorly hidden. They cannot sit too far forward. The combined form kibble chunk is just there. And yet I still like it. What's wrong with me? It transforms basically how it should, but I fear that I should have gotten a tone mode budget to fully realize its potential. Well, with the track mode out of the way, let's combine the Combaticons to form Bruticus. Shall we? Wait, hold on. Let me just change the scenery. The two shittest packaging backings I use for background aren't done enough, and the full combiner is kind of a mess? Not really. Bruticus loves to lean forward. Bro loves to explode. The backpack is annoying to handle. The skirt piece is really bad, and yet it's still better than the Edge of the Primes one. Why? Simple. This one is a true Scramble City combiner. My only real gripe would be the aforementioned skirt piece. It's so dumb and ugly. And so are his fists and feet. They tried to cram like 3 different things into one package, and it backfired so bad they course corrected almost immediately. But let's get back to Onslaught for a minute, because of course I had some shit printed for him as well. He now also gets his G1 toy gun, and I don't know, it's very flat, and compared to what I have for Hotspot, feels very weak. And I also tried to use this hip joint fix, but I feel like it made the hips ratchet on mine worse instead. They also their clickiness now are weak, and I really don't know what this supposed fix does. As for Bruticus, he gets a set of new backpack cannons, for which I had to make a spacer, but I'm not gonna complain. He also gets new feet and hands, except these are made out of black ABS, and not white PETG. For Bruticus' hands I have the fingers be bolt-jointed, and I don't recommend this option at all. Hinge joints work so much better. I wish there was an option for the wrists to also not be bolt-jointed, but oh well. And on the contrary, the use of a bolt joint on the ankles makes more sense. The only downside of these hands is the loss of a combat port in them, though honestly I don't feel it so much. I don't have any guns for Bruticus to hold anyway. And after all that, let's put Onslaught onto the leaderboard. Starting in the looks category. For accuracy, give it a 4. It's pretty much what it should be to be G1 toy accurate, and to be cartoon accurate, it really only needs a new chest piece. For robot mode, I give it a 4. The only thing I dislike about it is the giant ass backpack. For raid mode, I give it a 3. It's just not realized to its full potential. It's not bad, it's solid, it's long, but it could have been better. Onto the play category. For articulation I give it a 4, while it has full knees and code to use elbows. The lack of a waist throw is a huge downside. For transformation I give it a 2. You basically lay him down, point his arms up and compress the legs, but going into the combined form is at least slightly interesting because of the head reveal. For gimmicks, surprisingly I only give it a 4 instead of the expected 5. And the combined total is 21, and I put him higher than the Vortex, but only because the Vortex has less articulation and more kibble. And so concludes my series of reviews on Companiverse Combaticons. Vote on my Discord server for the next review subject. Goodbye.